gentlemen, and ladies, happy Thursday, July 17th. Yes, the Oilers schedule came out. I got a little bit of a breakdown, some down behind me. But today, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some old news that happened while I was on vacation. I did do the video of Evan Bouchard. But since I did the video of Evan Bouchard, there's been some rumors and speculations going on around the situation of Evan Bouchard. I am here to break down why it didn't happen, the falsehood of Elliot Friedman's reporting, and logistically nightmare of if it happened, how it could have been construed in a certain way. Now, and I'm in this video also going to talk about the Sam O'Reilly trade for Isaac Howard. Why this benefits the Oilers short term and benefits the Oilers long term. And how I feel about it, how I feel about Sam O'Reilly. Alright, let's get into the first part. First things first, Evan Bouchard. Signed with the Oilers? Yes. For 4 years? Yes. At $7.5 million? Yes. No, Carolina did not. Let me repeat. Let me say this full chest. No, Carolina did not send a warning shot to the Oilers through leaked memos saying they were going to offer sheet Evan Bouchard. Let's play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Okay? Let's say for poops and giggles that they were going to send an offer sheet, right? Okay. They sent an offer sheet for... Let's just throw a nice round number out there. $9 million. Okay? Let's say they send the offer sheet for $9 million. Wouldn't you think the Oilers would say, go ahead, we heard the rumors, you're going to send an offer sheet for $9 million? Okay, cool. So, $9 million, I get a first, I get a second, I get a third. Or I keep the player for a lot cheaper than what I'm going to sign him for. And that is another thing that I'm going to squash, kibosh right now. You honestly think the Oilers are going to pay more to keep Evan Bouchard, not to get him offer sheeted? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Why in God's green earth, if I hear the rumblings that my player that I want to sign, that I like, gets offer sheeted, but I'm going to pay him more than what the offer sheet was going to be? Seems kind of ridiculous, don't it? Also, the player has the opportunity to tell the team, that guy, psych. You don't think Evan Bouchard would have got an offer sheet from the Carolina Panthers at 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5 and went, spit on it. Oilers going to pay me more. I'm going to arbitration where I'm going to get my 12, 13 million. Now let's continue playing the devil's advocate a little bit more here. Let's say that they did offer Evan Bouchard the max that you can on an offer sheet, which is like 12 million, 11.7 plus. Let's say they did that. Let's just say that Carolina was feeling frisky. Let's just say that Carolina was feeling some sort of way. And they thought, hey, we're going to get the Oilers around a barrel here. We're going to send we'll send a $12 million offer sheet to Evan Bouchard. They don't have the money to match that. Facts. They don't have the money to match that. But you give a $12 million offer sheet to Evan Bouchard. He accepts the offer sheet. The Oilers now get four first-round draft picks. Again, you don't think the Oilers would take those 4 first-round draft picks? And I know the rumblings and the rumors. Well, if Connor McDavid wants to win now, and if you're getting 4 first-round draft picks, how is that supposed to help? What are first-round draft picks worth at the deadline? Retention? Salary retention? But, right? You have a need. And everybody seems to think the Oilers' need is goaltending. Let's say you have a need in goalie. And there is a really good goalie playing really, really well on a really bad team. A butterfly goalie. Let's just play scenarios. And he goes to his team and says, hey, I want out of here. I want a chance to win the Stanley Cup this year. His team says, all right. Edmonton, you have 4 first-round draft picks. You got this year's, next year's, the year after, and the year after from losing Evan Bouchard from Carolina. How's about you get those 2 take 2 of those, and we'll retain 50% salary, and we'll do a third-party trade, and they'll retain 25% salary, so 75% retained. So you only have to pay 25% of this player's salary. Wouldn't the Oilers be smart enough to do that? Now you've got yourself set for trade deadline. You've bolstered your lineup. And you still have 2 first-round draft picks, including your own, in the next coming years. Do you guys all see how ridiculous that seems that there was an offer sheet for Evan Bouchard? I'm happy he got paid. I truly am happy he got paid. And it is a team-friendly number, whether you like it or not. 10.5 is team-friendly for 4 years. Because the salary cap, from the rumors I've been hearing, are going up $10 million next year, another $10 million after that, and as high as $20 million in year 3 in the new collective bargaining agreement. So in the next 3 years, the cap is going to go up $40 million over 3 years. You don't think this team can afford this guy? All right. Now, on to the trade that I was talking about. The Sam O'Reilly for Isaac Howard. I love Sam O'Reilly. I like the prospect that he was. I like the blue-collarness that he brought. He does a lot. He's defensive first. He can still put points up. He wins face-offs. He's everything that you wanted out of a centerman in your organization depth-wise. He's a winner. Yes, I love Sam O'Reilly. I still love Sam O'Reilly. He's not an Oiler anymore. He's in Tampa. So just because he's not on the team I cheer for doesn't mean I don't like him. Just because I was praising him when he was on the team doesn't mean I turn around and say, oh, that guy was garbage. No. Sam O'Reilly is not garbage. Sam O'Reilly is going to be a really good hockey player. Will he be better than Isaac Howard? Stats-wise, no. But all around, I think Sam O'Reilly is better. Now, here is the kicker. Here is the schnitzel. Here is the whole shebang. Sam O'Reilly's 3 years away. Uno, dos, o tresos. He's 3 years away from being NHL ready. The Oilers can't wait that long for Sam O'Reilly to develop. They just can't. Isaac Howard can play next year. Top 6. Isaac Howard is a pure goal scorer. He's Austin Matthews. He's Alex Ovechkin. I'm not saying he's going to be as great as those guys, but that is his mindset. That is his go-to. I get the puck, I shoot the puck, I score the puck. Remember how I was talking about Michigan State in the draft? We drafted players out of Michigan State. Well, we drafted players that are going to Michigan State. Isaac Howard is in Michigan State. Seems like we want these kids all to play together in Michigan State. Would be a bad idea to get them all familiarized and then have them all come up Now, of course, those other kids are 2-3 years away. Where Isaac Howard, I fully believe, can play NHL next season. I think he has potential to be a 30, 40 goal scorer. I think he has potential to be a 100-point player. He will get the opportunity to play alongside Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl. What is one thing that irritated you the most about the playoff run? And this isn't a knock on any player that played with Draisaitl or played with McDavid. Draisaitl would give them the puck, and they'd look to pass it back to him. Draisaitl would have 3 guys on him, 2-3 guys on him, so he'd miraculously find a player, and instead of shooting, they'd look to pass it back to him. Isaac Howard isn't that guy. Mangiapane isn't that guy. You pass me the puck, and I'm in prime scoring chance. I'm shooting. That is one thing that the Oilers focus on in free agency, and that is one thing the Oilers focus on in this trade. A pure shooter. Now, in closing, I will address the goaltending situation. The Oilers do have 2 goalies right now that are okay. Stuart Skinner's in his 4th year, coming into his 4th year. In his 3 years of pro hockey, he's runner-up in the Calder Trophy, back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals. And right before that, he won the Calder Trophy in the AHL as winning the championship. Much like Seeloss just did with the Abbotsford Canucks. Now, why am I talking goaltending? And why will I continue to talk goaltending? Because I'm okay with this goaltending tandem this year. It could change at trade deadline. Absolutely, it could change at trade deadline. But right now, we have Skinner, we have Bouchard. Carter Hart's not playing a game in the NHL. I hate to burst everybody's bubble. Oh, Carter Hart's going to be available. No, he won't be. Gary Bettman and the league will not allow that to happen. These players that are under investigation and in court still, even if they're found innocent of all charges, which is sounding like it's going to be that way, boo freaking who, they may never step foot in the NHL again. Their reputation is tarnished. You'll see them in the East Coast Hockey League. You'll see them in Europe. Maybe in 5-6 years they'll work their way back, but they'll be a shell of themselves. They're not going to be in their prime anymore. So, Carter Hart is not coming to save the Oilers. There's rumors and rumblings about an offer sheet to certain goalies. Okay. But there's a problem there. We're not the first team on the offer sheet list. It goes by standings last season. So as soon as there's an offer sheet, as soon as there's a player that hit waivers, we are not going to be first dibs team to get him. We're not even the second team. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. We're like 2022. The 22nd team to get an offer sheet for any player. And of course, when a player goes on, then it's the next team that gets, and then a yada. Then eventually you get down to the, hey, you're the first team up. What do you want? Then there's the Tristan Jarry half retained. I get the sentiment. Tristan Jarry, former Oil King. Tristan Jarry, Stanley Cup champion. But is he better than Skinner? Because that's the... Or is he better than Bouchard? If he's better than Bouchard, all right. Make that swap, half off. Bouchard's gone. We have Skinner, and we have Jarry as our goaltending. Still with Skinner, though, because I think Skinner will be the answer. Like, I know a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't understand it. But I think Stuart Skinner is the answer and will get this team over the hump. If we have a healthy Zach Hyman, a healthy Ekholm, healthy Draisaitl, healthy McDavid, and if McDavid shows up in the finals one time, all we need is McDavid to show up in the finals one time. Put all the blame you want on goaltending, how it was soft. McDavid was invisible all finals. Is that the coach? Had to get him out in different situations away from different people? Again, I shit on Florida all the time, but they are our kryptonite. Much like we beat LA day after day after day. I wish the Oilers played the LA Kings 82 times. We'd go 82-0. Or 79-3 or whatever it is. 79-4. That is Florida to the Oilers. So I hope Florida doesn't make the final next year because we'll be there. I'll say that right now. July 17th, 2025. Oilers will be in the finals. Against, I don't know. Now, there was some coaching changes. This is going to be a full-out video on everything. The new coaching staff in Edmonton, and yes, Paul Coffey was not kicked off the bench or removed or booted or fired. Paul Coffey goes back to his advisory role that he wanted to begin with. He didn't want to be behind the bench. Okay, he didn't want to be behind the bench, but it was because somebody asked him to be. Now, Paul Coffey gets sent back to his advisory role. Now, in saying that, they have 3 new coaches. A new goalie coach. That's right, Dustin Schwartz has been let go by the Oilers, and they now have a new guy. Head coach Knobloch stays. Now he gets to go and get his guys. Paul McFarland came on board as a power play specialist. Glenn Gullickson is now the coach for the Dallas Stars. Congratulations to Glenn. Hopefully it works out better this time. Peter Aubry is now the goalie coach. He replaces Dustin Schwartz. And Connor Allen will serve as the skills development role. Now, from what I've been told, it's not just going to be Peter Aubry. It's going to be Peter Aubry and staff. What does that mean is his staff and him are going to be in charge of the AHL and the NHL. Develop your system that you want the goalies to play down in the farm system, so when they come up, it's just a smooth transition. What the Oilers have had for years is 2 different systems and 2 different ways of coaching for goaltending. The AHL, which has done amazing, and then they come to the NHL and Justin Schwartz just has his way of doing things, right, wrong, or indifferent. It was his way in the NHL. It didn't really help, and you saw what happened. Now with this new goalie coach tandem per se, now you have the opportunity to get AHL development the way you want your NHL goalies to play. AHL goalies will play the way you want your NHL goalies to play, so that way if there's an injury or there's a call-up, it's a fluid, hey, you're the goalie coach, awesome, I know exactly what to expect, I know exactly what you want, we've been talking, great. Also, Mark Stewart will stay on as the penalty kill specialist. Now, why did Paul Coffey, again, he's going to go back to advisor for ownership and hockey operations, Wayne Gretzky. He didn't like being on the road so much. He's 70-something years old, guys. Do you blame him? Like, I wouldn't want to be on the road day in, day out, travel all the time if I was that old. I'd like to stay home. I still have my hooks in the team, but I'm staying home. Road trips, I get to stay home. Unless there's something that the team needs to address that I need to address in person, I'll stay home. I'll watch the game on TV. Now, all that said and done, My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. Thank you all for staying tuned. Another long video, I know. The next video I do, we'll be talking about the Oilers' schedule. Oh. All I will say is 13 back-to-backs. 13 of them. Some teams have one more than us. A lot of teams have way less than us. But October is going to be interesting. We are 82 days away now. Sorry, 81 days away from the Stanley Cup, from the regular season Stanley Cup. Vacations suck. It just messes with your mind. Any whoosies, my name is Matt. OilersFanReaction. Thank you for watching. Till next time, doses.